Welcome back. It is Tuesday, July 22nd. Hey again. It's okay. I had a whole intro thing filmed, and then my phone flew down off the dashboard. So, oh my gosh. So here we are. Anyways. Hey. Little man is a bottomless pit right now. So, may have to stop again. Who knows? Today was my first day back. I'm saying my first day back because I was there basically all day, but first day back to work. In only 3 weeks postpartum, so it's been a rough day. We had a training today. It's okay. We had a training today, and I've got training tomorrow and Thursday as well. Hey, what are you doing, dude? Trying to throw himself. Well, excuse you. You okay? I'm tired. I'm having to figure out the whole pumping situation while at work, at least for the next 2 days, because there's not really anywhere to go. So there's that. It's been a rough day. First day back, 3 weeks postpartum. I don't recommend. Well, some people do it, but I don't know. I'm feeling a little bit better about, when I say a little bit, I mean like the smallest amount better about going into the school year because of this training. Because the lady that's putting on the training has it together, I'll put it that way. And she knows what she's talking about. She's a professor. I don't want to say the school. I don't think, I mean, it's not going to give it away, I don't think, but she's a professor at a college in Kentucky. I'll say that. But she sat down with me. We worked out about half of my schedule, and he's wide awake staring me down. You go. I know, tell me about it. It's a long day. But I'm going to take you guys along for my first, it's not really full week. We had a luncheon yesterday with our new partners in education. But first couple of days back to work, 3 weeks postpartum. I didn't get much today because, well, I couldn't even get into the school. I'll tell you guys about it, but trying to get little man to sleep, and then I'll catch back up with you guys. Y'all, this postpartum stuff is no joke. So today started with getting to the school, which they changed the schools and told the principals, but the principals didn't pass it along to us. So I only knew because I texted my big boss, and I was like, hey, you know, just making sure that this is still the same. Like, I know I have to go to the new teacher training plus this training, so I'm just making sure, you know, everything's still good. And they ended up changing it, but I never got the email or the update or anything. So that's the only reason I knew. My mentor teacher never got the email or the update and went to the wrong school, which I thought I was the only one that didn't get it. So anyways, that's how it all started. I guess it was Sunday evening, but today started. I get to the school, nobody in the office will answer. I don't see anybody going in and out of the doors, nothing. So luckily, I know one of the teachers that's at that school, and she was running a little bit late. She was able to let me in, so thank goodness for that. And then the lady that was leading it, thank goodness for her, because she was very understanding with me having to pump and, you know, only being 3 weeks postpartum and struggling, basically. So I had to pump. It was a little bit before lunch. Very understanding. Didn't care that I had my little wearable pumps during the session while she was, oh, my back hurts, while she was leading everything. And then we ended at 2:30, which I didn't think we were in until 3, so thank you for those extra 30 minutes, because I know the postpartum stuff ain't helping, but I was so overwhelmed because last year I started in the middle of the first semester and I just got thrown in. No training. No, I didn't know I was in a medically fragile classroom until 5 p.m. the night before I started. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I don't remember if I've talked about it, but I'm on an emergency certification, meaning I didn't go to school for this. Now, if I want to keep my job, I have to go to school, obviously, but I didn't know what I was doing. So, feeling a little bit better. There's just going to be a very big adjustment from last year to this year, which we'll still have days where we're literally just trying to survive the day. But last year, I feel like it was a lot of finding something to do that morning and just trying to make it to the end of the day. So I'm feeling a little bit better about this year as far as running the room. But if you're keeping up with my videos overall, I'm not, and I hate to say it, I'm not the most excited. I love the kids, I do. So that's how today went. Came home, my oldest was at the door, and when he saw me, he started dancing. Best part of my day, honestly. And then coming in and getting the little one and snuggling both of them on the couch. Best part of the day. But it's gonna be a long next 2 days, so I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, just taking you along for the first few days back to work, 3 weeks postpartum. So you'll see my struggles. We're gonna struggle through it together. I've got to get a little phone stand thing or something. I just left Dollar Tree. I'm trying to do this like art wall setup thing. Had to get myself a snack. They didn't have the big ones, so you know. The last few days have been a bit emotional, a little rough. So I just got the whole bag of the little bars, so I had to get a cold drink. I'm drinking this like lactation drink mix thing. It may not work at all, but it don't hurt to try. I'm trying to build my supply back up, so. Anyways, before I drive off, because y'all gonna fly off there. Went to Dollar Tree, got some clipboards, a few, well, they didn't have all the birthday stuff that I wanted, so I just got these little banner things. Not banners, what is it called? I don't know. Hopefully a couple of days next week, I'll be able to get up to the classroom and do some classroom setup, and you guys can see. So, see y'all when I get home. Day three of the work week. Last day of the work week. Thank goodness. I'm exhausted. Mentally, physically, all of it. And today, I don't get to break off into the training just for special education where the lady didn't care if I pumped while she was leading our training. I'll be with a large group, so I'm going to be pumping through lunch. I got more this morning. I don't know if I've talked about it. I'll talk about it a little bit more this afternoon with pumping and going back to work and everything, but I'm gonna pump through lunch. I pumped this morning, waited a little bit, fed Charlie, so hopefully I'll be okay to wait until lunch. If not, then I will pump in the middle of them talking while we're in the auditorium and just stand towards the entrance. I'm tired. I'm hoping that I left with enough time to go by my mom's house, but I have a feeling that I did not. So I've got I've got road rage, so this camera being on definitely helps with me keeping my mouth shut. Oh, anyways, I got me and Alani about to open and drink on the way to work. If I can open it. Anyways, I won't be able to update throughout the day, and I'll kind of talk more about our training and stuff and how I'm doing after we get done. I'm hoping that they are nice and end a little early today. I doubt it, but you know, we can all hope. But any of my postpartum mamas watching this, when did you return to work? Did you return to work? What was your experience like? I mean, my big boss told me that I had to be at these trainings, but all the people that are like a step under her or 2 steps under her keep questioning why I'm here. And I don't know what else to say except, you know, I'm doing what I'm told, basically. But physically, I don't think that I should be returning to work. Yesterday and today, I've been bleeding a little bit more than the last week. Returning to work, does that have anything to do with it? I don't know. It could not. But I don't know. What was your experience, I guess, is what I'm curious about, because with my first, I didn't go back to work until months later because I left where I was at trying to find a new position to make more. So I didn't go through the whole maternity leave or my boss telling me that I had to be there, and I was only 3 weeks postpartum. So it's my little TED talk for the morning, I guess you should say. Or, I mean, I guess you could say. I'm so tired. anyways, about to drink my Alani. I don't think I'm gonna have time to stop by and see my mom this morning. So, oh, Dumbo. So, I guess we're headed to the high school for this training, and I will see you guys after 3 o'clock this afternoon. Well, in just a few seconds for y'all, a few hours for me, but see you then. I'm sure you can hear my pumps, but I'm able to update a little bit today. They've got me a separate classroom. I'm able to bump in and have some privacy instead of having to sit in the large group. Thank you, good Lord above. So, got to pump for about 30 minutes, clean my stuff up, go back up to the training, and then I'm gonna try and pump again towards the end of lunch. It's about 10:15 right now, and hopefully that'll help build my supply back up if I can get away for lunch. If not, then I'll just have to pump when I get home. May have to do a power pump. I'm not exactly sure how those work. I'll have to look it up, but we'll see where the day takes us. But I think we're going to this little flower picking field thing with my mom when she gets off. So I'll film a little bit of that. I've got anxiety that somebody's gonna walk in here, even though the lady told me that the door locks. So I keep checking over my shoulder every couple of seconds, it feels like, but I'm gonna try to relax. Fingers crossed that it doesn't leak like it did yesterday. I'll have to tell y'all more about it because the last few days have been hectic and I feel like I haven't been able to actually pick my phone up and update you guys. So hopefully on the way home or when I get home, I'll be able to update you guys over the last few days. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, I've got y'all sitting in my work bag, so it may not be the best view, but I'm trying to get out of this stinking parking lot. I should have went out the back side, but everybody and their grandma came this way and I wasn't thinking, so here we are. But I almost fell asleep during my training, so we're on number 2. That's not the best thing, definitely, but I'm trying to get out of this parking lot. There's so many people. But I ended up going back in. There was an eyelash on my lip. That's disgusting. Ended up going back in to pump. But I only went for 15 minutes instead of 30 minutes like I've been trying to, because it was towards the end of the training and I wanted to make sure I was there for the dismissal of everything, that in case they were given any like specific information I needed for the school year. So just making sure I was there for that. Let me see if this person's gonna let me out or not. Ooh, and do I want to stay in that side or do I want to go the back way? What do I want to do? We're just gonna wait in line again. Anyways, so I was gonna tell y'all about yesterday. Y'all are sliding down. About yesterday. So, little update on me. I guess technically 3.5 weeks postpartum, or tomorrow will be a month, right? I don't know. We'll say 3.5 weeks, give or take a day. 3.5 weeks postpartum. I am breastfeeding and pumping. The only time that we're giving him a bottle is like if I just need a break, like feeling very sore or got a bad crack or something. Or like now when I'm at work, my husband will give him a bottle. until I get home, and when I get home I strictly breastfeed and then I'll pump. So we went on vacation. If you've watched all my videos, you'll see we went to Great Wolf Lodge, and I was only pumping in the morning and maybe once in the evening, so twice a day max. And there was a day or two, how long were we even there? I don't even remember. A day or two where I only pumped once and then would just pop one out when he was hungry. So I feel like doing that for 4 days in a row, 4 or 5 days in a row. We went on vacation 5 days, but I was lazy a day or two. Made my supply drop. So I'm in the process of trying to obviously feed him on demand, but pump more often to build my supply up. Trying to make myself eat more because I've had no appetite. Speaking of, I need to eat a snack probably now before I go and pump again here in about an hour and a half. Basically all that to say, my supply dropped. I'm trying to build it back up. Working the past 3 days, I've been pumping in the morning. Today I pumped twice throughout the training, but I was just doing it once. And then once when I got home, and maybe before bed, depending on his feeding, because he's still not sleeping through the night. But oh my gosh, this dude, kind of off topic, not really, cluster fed, was it 2 nights ago? And this kid, no lie, latched and ate for 30 minutes to 45 minutes every time. 7 times. From the time that I got home to the time that he fell asleep for, I say the night, till he fell asleep at like 11 o'clock. It may have been more than 7 times, but you talk about tired and hurting. Anyways, yesterday we had the new teacher training, which I'm having to go to because I didn't get hired on until mid-September last year. So I'm having to go through the new teacher training this year, even though I was there majority last year. So we also had a separate training for special ed. So yesterday I went to the new teacher training in the morning, special ed in the afternoon, but I had to do the special ed training. All right, I just realized that I never finished filming and telling y'all about the training. So it's about a week later now, but it's not going to be the best angle or anything. Say hello.
No.
Hello. Because I'm feeding Charlie. Can you blow a kiss? Oh, thank you. So I was talking about having to do the new teacher training and the training for special ed. So the lady that did our special ed training is a professor at a college in Kentucky and is very good. Our big boss uses her for most of our trainings, or not most, but yeah, probably most of our trainings throughout the school year. And I believe there are 3 or 4 new SPED teachers this year. So I think that's why they said that they did the SPED training over the summer. Y'all have to excuse me. I look like, what's her name off the Rugrats? With the crazy hair. Is it Angelica or something like that? Ow. But anyways, well, maybe I should have just left it up. Anyways, ignore the hair. I guess I should have left it up. Reflecting now on the 3-week, returning to work 3 weeks, I would say the postpartum depression, anxiety and stuff is hitting me a lot harder after returning those few days. And I didn't deal with any of the postpartum depression, anxiety, that kind of stuff. I didn't deal with any of that with my first son. This go around, I know a lot of people don't openly talk about it, or not many people that I'm around openly talk about it, but it has been hitting me big time. And I feel like after returning to work that early, it got worse. So I personally do not recommend it to anybody, and I know some people don't have a choice. I didn't really have a choice. Like I said, I think earlier in the video, some people choose to return to work as soon as they can. With my first, if I would have healed up physically quicker than I did, I probably would have returned to work if I would have had a job at that point. Because like I said, I didn't struggle with any of the depression and anxiety. Sorry, ignore that. With him. But this go around, it's like I got it all. So, it's not for me. So, the next few clips will be of me, my mom, and my sister and the boys going to this little flower farm, in and out of my week returning to work 3 weeks postpartum. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video going along with me returning to work 3 weeks postpartum. And any of my postpartum mamas watching this, what is your advice if you went through the postpartum depression and anxiety? What helped you get through it? Any advice is welcome. But I will see you guys in my next video, hopefully of doing my classroom and getting it all set up for the year. Bye guys.